Eli Ward stood at the front of the observation deck, his hands behind his back, staring into space. The Osiris, the ship he commanded, floated quietly at the edge of human territory. Beyond that point, no human had ever gone. Not because they couldn't, but because every map, human or alien, stopped right there. Stars filled the sky in every direction, but only up to a certain line. Past it, space looked wrong, empty, like someone had erased part of the galaxy. For years, scientists said it was a glitch, a limit in data. But Eli knew better. Something was off. On a screen beside him, Dr. Luna Bennett scrolled through files. She was the smartest mind on board, calm and sharp. Her fingers moved fast over the display, pulling up old data from alien ships they had found drifting in deep space. 5 different species, 5 different star maps, and every single one ended at the same place, right where human space began. "It's not a mistake," she said, her voice low. They all stopped, like they were told not to go further. Eli didn't answer at first. He just watched the dark edge beyond the stars. "So what does that mean? We're in a blind spot? Or are we the reason the maps end?" Luna turned to him. "Maybe both. I've seen the notes from recovered probes. Some aliens wrote warnings, things like, 'Do not cross,' or 'The void remembers.' No one took it seriously before. Now, I'm not so sure." A quiet alarm beeped. A small light flashed on the console. Kevin Morris, the comms officer, leaned in. "Captain, we're picking up something strange. Not a ship, not a station. It's a signal. Weak, but repeating." "From where?" Eli asked. "Beyond the edge, just past the last mapped star. It's been running for a long time, maybe centuries." Eli looked back at the void. His gut told him this was important. Not just another space mystery. This was different. This was personal. Luna pulled up the signal on screen. It started with prime numbers. Simple, clean. Then it shifted into a pattern, like a spiral growing outward. And then, buried in the code, a single image formed. A section of the galaxy. And in the center, glowing faintly, was human space. Someone had marked it. Not as unknown, not as uncharted, as if it was meant to be hidden. Eli took a slow breath. "They didn't just stop at our border," he said. "They stopped because of us." The signal kept coming, steady and unchanging. Every 7.3 seconds, it pulsed through the void, like a heartbeat from the edge of the universe. The Osiris floated in silence, its crew watching, listening, trying to understand what it meant. Dr. Luna Bennett spent hours studying the data. She sat in the science bay, eyes locked on her screen, lines of code flowing past. The signal wasn't just numbers. It had structure, meaning. It began with prime numbers, something all intelligent life could understand. Then it shifted into a complex pattern, like a spiral built from math. "It's not a message asking for help," she told Captain Eli Ward. "It's not a warning. It's more like a marker." "A marker for what?" Eli asked. She turned the screen toward him. A 3D image formed in the air, a model of the galaxy. Most of it was gray, unmarked, but one small region glowed red. Human space. "That's us," Luna said. "And look at the border." Thin lines surrounded the red zone, like a net. Symbols floated in the dark. Strange shapes, not like any language they knew, but the pattern was clear. It wasn't a map. It was a seal. Someone put this here, and they didn't want anyone to cross. Eli felt a chill. For years, humans thought they were alone. Then they found alien maps, And now this. It was like the galaxy had been hiding something. Kevin Morris walked in holding a datapad. I traced the signal back. It's not moving. It's coming from a single point, just beyond the edge. And it's old, really old, maybe thousands of years. So someone left a sign, right where the maps end, saying, "Humans live here, do not enter." Maybe, Luna said. Or maybe it's a reminder, to us or to them. That night, Eli stood again at the observation deck. The stars were quiet. The signal still pulsed, soft and constant. He thought about all the alien species they had met. None of them ever spoke about human space, not in their history, not in their myths. It was like they didn't see it, or weren't allowed to. What if we're not lost, but locked in? Behind him, the screen flashed. The symbol on the edge of the map glowed brighter, as if it had heard him, as if it was waiting. The Osiris moved forward, slow and careful. It crossed the invisible line where all maps ended. Sensors flickered. Stars that had been visible a moment ago disappeared. Navigation said they were still moving, but there was no reference point. Space itself felt wrong. Then, without sound, a ship appeared. It was huge, shaped like a broken ring, turning slowly in the dark. Its surface was cracked, covered in strange crystal-like growths that glowed with a soft blue light. No weapons, no lights, no signal. It just hung there, watching. "It wasn't on any scan," Kevin said, voice tight. "It just showed up." Eli stood straight, eyes fixed on the screen. Open no channels, no weapons, just wait. They waited for hours. The alien ship did nothing. Then a pulse of light spread from its center. It didn't hit the Osiris. It passed through it. Everyone on the bridge froze. Images filled their minds, not words, not sounds, but memories that were not their own. They saw a time long ago, galaxies burning, machines like dust, spreading fast, eating planets, ships, life. No one could stop them. Whole species vanished in days. Then a last hope. A hidden place, a small bubble of space cut off from the rest of the universe. Inside, new life was made. Forests, oceans, animals, and humans. The images showed scientists, beings with long limbs and silver eyes, working in labs. They were changing DNA, building a cure inside a new species. Humans. "We were not born here," the thought said. "You were placed, protected." Luna gasped. "We're not from this galaxy?" The voice, silent but clear, answered. "You are the answer. Your blood, your cells, they stop the plague. If it ever returns, you can end it." Eli felt his heart pound. "So you hid us?" "Yes. We erased your space from all maps. We sealed the border. If others knew what you are, they would come, to study you, to use you, to take what is in your genes." The vision shifted. It showed the Osiris turning back and the alien ship fading into dark. "Do not go further," the voice said. "The old danger still sleeps. If you wake it, the galaxy will burn again." Then silence. The alien ship turned slowly and vanished, not by moving, but by becoming part of the dark. On the bridge, no one spoke. The screen showed empty space, but they all knew. They had seen the truth. They were not lost. They were kept safe. And now they had a choice. The crew sat in silence after the alien ship disappeared. The bridge lights were low.
No one moved. The vision still echoed in their minds. Galaxies burning, humans created in labs, a hidden world built just for them. Luna was the first to speak. Her voice was quiet. We were made to survive something. Not just survive, to stop it. Our bodies can fight that plague. That's why they hid us. Eli walked to the main screen. It still showed empty space where the alien ship had been. So all this time we thought we were alone, weak, behind everyone else. But we're not. We're the cure, Luna said. They spent the next days studying the data. The signal still pulsed from the edge, steady and calm. The symbols around human space were not random. They were a warning, a lock, built by the oldest races in the galaxy to keep the plague from spreading and to keep humans safe. If someone finds out what we are, Eli said during a meeting, they won't come in peace. They'll want our DNA, our blood. They'll tear us apart to learn how we work. Diane Carter, the mission's diplomat, nodded. And if the plague is still out there, even one person leaving with that knowledge could wake it. The truth was heavy. Humanity had always dreamed of joining the stars, of meeting others, of being part of something bigger. But now they knew. The galaxy was not waiting for them with open arms. It was afraid of them. Not because they were dangerous, but because they were hope. That night, Eli stood again at the window. Earth was far behind, just a pale dot among the stars. He thought of cities, children, families, none of them knowing the secret their species carried. We can't tell everyone, Eli said to Luna, who stood beside him. Not yet. No, not until we're ready, until we understand what we're meant to do. The stars beyond remained dark. The map still ended at human space, but now, Eli knew the line was not a border. It was a door, and they were the only ones who knew the key.
The Osiris returned to Earth after weeks of silent travel. The crew said little on the way back. What they had seen could not be shared like a normal report. It was too big, too strange, too dangerous. When they landed, they were met by high officers and scientists. They were asked what happened. Eli told the truth, but only part of it. He spoke of the signal, the alien ship, the warning, but he did not say that humans were made to stop a plague. He did not say their DNA was the key to saving the galaxy. That secret stayed with them. Back on Earth, leaders argued. Some wanted to tell the people. We should know who we are, one said. Others feared panic, fear of war, fear of what other nations or future enemies might do if they learned the truth. If one group tries to take control of this, Diane said, it could destroy us from within. In the end, they agreed on silence, for now, but not inaction. A new project began. Deep in space, far from any planet, a monitoring station was built. It faced the edge of the map. Its job was simple. Watch. Listen. If the signal changed, if something came from beyond, they would know. Schools began teaching new science, not about war or power, but about life, DNA, and the mind. Luna led a team to study the signal's code, not to reply, but to understand. Kevin worked on ways to protect human data, to keep their genetic secrets safe. Eli stayed with the Osiris. He trained new crews, not for war, not for conquest, but for the day when the galaxy might finally remember human space. He knew that day would come. The maps would be redrawn. The door would open, and when it did, humanity would have to decide stay hidden or step forward as the cure the galaxy once hoped for. He looked up at the stars from his window one night. They seemed different now, not just lights in the dark. They were eyes, waiting. And one day they would blink and look directly at Earth.